game. You know, we're beaten by a better football team. We could have played better. We finished the game a lot better than we started it. Defensively, you know, the discipline, gap control, some of those things. Offensively, you know, one player here or there. Of course, you know, when a team has twice as many plays as you do, it's hard to win the football game. So we lost to a good football team. But it's about moving on. We learn something each week from our ball club. This week, be good, of course, to get back and play at home. No major injuries to report from the game. Hopefully we'll give, you know, the guys that missed a game continue to get better, and we'll have some of them available. Don't know, can't give you a, we can, you know, save ourselves a little bit of time. I'm not going to talk on the injuries. There's nothing to report. Be able to report a little bit more on where our players are after practice tomorrow. But everybody's getting a little bit better. Thank you, question.
Even if you won't tell us, do you have a clear idea of which quarterbacks will be available?
Yes, yes, we do.
After watching the film of Jeff George Jr., how do you kind of evaluate this?
I think it was a typical first game. You know, when you lose a game that way, we didn't have a lot of winning performances, so it's hard to just, you know, you have to have a first game. And Jeff did some good things. You know, at times, like our football team did at times. So, you know, again, he hadn't gotten a whole lot of reps. 1 week to really prepare. But I mean, we saw a lot of things that we liked.
Would you agree, Lovie, that he never backed away from the challenge as the game went on? He warmed to it as best he could?
Absolutely. You know, it's a tough environment to have your first start. But if you know him, that's a part of his personality too. He's a confident guy. And it definitely wasn't too big for him, anything, you know, like that. Again, as a football team, when we didn't play as well as we need to, you kind of have to group it all together. But, you know, like some things he did.
What's been the challenge for your team, especially your offense, with three quarterbacks changing in and out, to have that kind of change for your offense? How do you fight for that?
Well, you know, as offense, you can't really you have to. It's just about doing your job as much as anything. Offensive line, doesn't matter who the guy is, back behind, protection on pass. You know, for our running backs, opening holes. Again, what running back, we play a lot of running backs too. And it's just not the offensive line, it's just everybody doing their job. I know it's easier when you have the same group working together, but that's not how live normally goes. So I don't think that has hurt us as much as just we could have had the same quarterback. I mean, just consistent play as a whole, man to man, player to player. That's what we need to do a better job of.
Would you expect great improvement from George on his second start?
I think traditionally, yes, you get that. You never know. I mean, you have to have a first game, and you can prepare them only so far. But when you get out in the game, you learn an awful lot about how life really is underneath the center or in the gun. But the second game, a lot of that is out of the way. And traditionally, we have seen a big improvement the second time out. Not just quarterback position, any position.
What do you want to see from Gabe Maddon moving forward?
Well, Gabe didn't play last week. Consistent play. We don't base everything on one practice, one game, but we played enough games now for us to see exactly who our players are. And if a guy didn't start the other day, I mean, we felt like we had a better option. And Connor played pretty good in his spot last week. And just not Gabe, it's every player. That's what we're going on.
Not having Trey Watson for the first half this Saturday, how does that? What's that do to your defense?
Well, it causes problems. You know, Trey has been one of the guys that we've kind of locked in with. But when you break the rules, I mean, that's what happens. You get penalized, and it's not like it was in dispute on that call, anything like that. Same with Carol Phillips the week before. Whenever can't make those penalties really do hurt you, and it has a lasting effect. As we see, not just that game, of course, but this one. But just like an injury, a player is down, this next guy up, we have a couple of options that we'll look at this week to get ready for the first half.
How's Minnesota look to you?
Good. Good record. But it's just not the record. I mean, they play, good football. Defensively, they play hard, run around. And that's the first thing you look at. How hard does the team play? They do. They don't do a lot of different things, but what they do, they do well. Offensively, probably a combination of some of the offenses we played before, maybe Western Michigan a little bit, but they can run a traditional offensive attack. Two backs, high backfield set. They have two excellent tailbacks, but they can also mix in some of the read option stuff too. So multiple attack offensively.
Having been to a few different other Big Ten schools' homecoming games in the last few weeks, do you anticipate a sort of different energy this week with homecoming here?
Yes, because it's our homecoming. Last week it was homecoming, right? And in fact, us in it the week before it didn't. I think we played a few homecoming games. We're inside, so we don't see any of that. But for us, just knowing what goes into homecoming, what it means, a lot of our people, coming back. We as a football team, we want, for a lot of us to be the only time they'll get a chance to really see us play. So you want to put, our best product on the football field as much as anything. I mean, we have a lot of distinguished, I'm talking just not our famous alum, but just people that really love our university. And I know part of them having a successful homecoming weekend is how their football team performs. So that is definitely our plan.
Lovie, you mentioned gap control issues on defense. What do you see as the main issues for that? Strength? Is it more mental? Is it?
Well, it's all mental. Before you can really play good football, play fast, you have to really know exactly what you're doing, and you have to be disciplined. And it's easy in here for us to say you go here, but once it all starts going a little bit faster, you have to still focus in. And last week was the first traditional offense we played, and we didn't play it as well as we should have. It's as simple as that. But it's a discipline of just trusting your teammates to do their job, but you concentrate on doing yours. And sometimes that may mean you run into a gap here and the ball is over there. That just doesn't happen overnight. We'll continue to work on that.
Coach, you can evaluate Carol Phillips and Juan Smoot. Obviously, you have high expectations for those two. They put up some numbers, but how would you evaluate their seasons?
You said our defensive end?
Yeah.
I mean, they're good players. They're good players. They're good players that are going to have long NFL careers. They're on our football team that's won two games right now. So that's how we evaluate them. They'll both say that, we'll all say we all need to do more, especially our really good football players. And of course, a lot starts up front. So as we go down this next stretch, yes, we need, of course, Smoot, Phillips, and others to pick up their game.
What are you seeing from the younger guys on defense, like Jamal Blount, Stanley Green? Are they improving?
Improving, yes, but it's like our team. We need to make more improvements. But there's the young players that have good futures, bright futures ahead of them. But they're going to play better in the future than they are right now. Again, that's what I'm saying about a football team. But for us to continue to play these type of young football players, they're the ones that's giving us hope. But you want to see steps each week, and that's what we're doing. Stanley Green was involved, 2 big hits, caused 2 fumbles. He has potential. Jamal Malone the week before caused 2 takeaways. So those guys are doing good. They can get a good play from them. But when you're young, it's just about consistent play every down.
Are you seeing the type of production and progress out of the tight ends? It's a group we haven't really talked much about this.
As a football team, we haven't progressed enough. So the tight ends, tackles, all of us. So, we lost a game really big this past week. So it's in a week to talk about, really on how much any of us, improvement that we've made. But we are making, taking steps, but we're not there yet. So we need to practice this week, all positions.
Any other questions? I don't think we have anybody on the line.
I'll ask, apart from Minnesota Clips, are you going to watch anything else, any other sports maybe tomorrow night?
Is there anything else going on? What's going on?
Covering the World Series.
Come on now. What's going on? I'm a sports fan. Joe Maddon's a head coach, friend, but I'm in Illinois, I'm just like everybody else, excited about, what our Cubs will do, what they're gonna do. So we won't be watching an awful lot, but we'll look for the scores for sure.
Did you meet them in Tampa?
Tampa is where I first met Joe, yeah.
I know you got some Cleveland Indian fans in your staff. Is there any bickering back and forth or anything?
No, it's about, Illinois, about Chicago right now. Yeah, there's and great job for them too. It's been an awful lot to be able to get to the World Series. Got to take your hat off to both of the teams. It's been an exciting series. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Coach.